Maybe it's just ingrained. I'm such a fucking redneck hillbilly that I just can't get it out of me. But come on, if you don't like Velveeta, you're probably a queer or something. I don't know. All right, let me bring in Bibble on this question. I wanted to lead off the show with this. This is my opening take. Bibble, where do you stand on the Velveeta question?
It's trash.
Oh God, you motherfucker!
It's only white trash eat that. Personally, that's what I think.
Oh my God. Well, you're black. What can you say about it?
No, Velveeta's pretty good. I like it. I'm just fucking with you.
Some people are militantly anti-Velveeta. I don't understand what's going on here. Did I miss out on this or?
No, I mean they've got some good shells and cheese. You know what I mean? Macaroni and cheese. I've had the Velveeta kind before.
Now you got to get the block. No, you need the block of Velveeta. You just chop off. You just grab a big hunk. You throw it in there with the steaming broccoli. All of a sudden, it's fucking liquefied cheese-like sauce, and it's delicious. It takes no time to melt.
I've never had black Velveeta. I didn't even know they made it like that.
Yeah, they do. It's just a giant fucking hog. It looks like a gold bar. That's what they call it, liquid gold. Oh, Selena in the regular chat says, I like Velveeta. I've had it once, and it changed my life. Exactly. It's that shit. Evening Sequence in the regular chat says you put hot Cheetos on your broccoli. Is that true?
Yes, that is true.
You know what? That's probably good, actually. Now that I might try that myself.
Christ, Ralph, no. Ralph, no.
I bet that's still. First off, broccoli itself. I can eat broccoli. I mean, somebody said, "Oh, what, you retard? You can't eat broccoli by itself." Yes, I can eat broccoli by itself. It's delicious, steamed just by itself, maybe with a little salt and butter. You don't even have to have that, though. I love broccoli. That being said, broccoli and cheese is so far superior to regular broccoli. It's like in another stratosphere.
Yeah. But I prefer like real black cheese on.
Yeah. I mean, that's understandable. I understand that, but still,
yeah, especially if you get, as a kid, I would just have whatever kind of cheese was on there.
Yeah.
As I became adult and my palate became sophisticated, I like a little bit of Colby Jack cheese shredded on the broccoli. You know what I mean?
A little brie, a little feta, whatever. Yeah. Like I was watching some YouTube video. There's some really exotic cheeses out there. There's cheese. It's some kind of brie, I think. They cut it. It looks like a fucking like a pie or something. I don't know. It's really crazy. I didn't know about that cheese.
Really?
Yeah. Maybe we'll just turn this into the cheese stream. Maybe I'll just do that.
I think so. Just change the name.
I do love cheese. All right, anyway. All right, I'll stop. We'll take a poll. I want to run a poll on Twitter about Velveeta. I mean, Velveeta will win. By the way, in case you didn't see it on screen, I showed it on screen and my dumbass didn't even mention it. So on Twitter, Dactylion, I think, says, I do the white sauce with Velveeta melted in it, and it's fucking amazing. And I don't even care if you call me trailer trash. The resident trailer trash expert, me, chimed in. I said, I bought a huge chunk of Velveeta last night, LMAO. Nora thinks it's disgusting, but we both know it's liquid gold. Then today, I didn't even see it, and somebody tagged me in it later on. I was doing, oddly enough, I wasn't on Twitter all day today, shockingly.
What?
First time ever.
Are you dying?
Yeah, something's wrong. Are you sick? I was at the doctor today, getting my chemotherapy. Anyway. So Velveeta had actually chimed in, I guess about 110 or so, and they said, "Get with it, Nora." The official Velveeta account, easy for me to say, just dropped a nuke on Nora the Nuke. She's sleeping right now, and she can't even respond. She just completely devastated. She immediately went to sleep. She couldn't even handle herself. She can't even live with herself anymore. She can barely even take life itself now.
Oh, wow. Doesn't it go away after a while, or is it just permanent?
It goes away. I looked this up.
It's saline,
I'm not going to proceed with the procedure, but I did look it up. Part of my research for my job, basically.
I bet you did a lot of research. What's this folder for, honey? It's just research, baby. Don't worry about that.
Let me see if I can find his. Oh, here goes a tweet. This is from yesterday, I think. After it was done, he said, "Good news, everyone. Balls still work, and they have gotten much bigger." That's the main gist of the procedure, I believe. It's to inflate your balls, basically.
What the fuck?
I don't know. I'll have to pass because I saw some of the side effects can be like total destruction of your balls, basically. And that's very rare. It usually doesn't happen ever.
I mean, did somebody pay him to do this? Was this something that he wanted to? I don't understand.
I don't know the entire backstory. I think
you're
Nora
going to have to,
because I didn't
really,
hear last week's. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
You're going to have to really interrogate him over this one because that's that might determine if I listen to his shows anymore. If he's just like, I was really just self-conscious about my balls. I thought they could do with
I don't think. I think it was just for laughs.
I really wanted to fill out the jock strap. I mean, if he's got some kind of bullshit like that, I'm gonna have to. Granny Judith said that in Africa they had very few pretty things, and that they had no red colors in cloth. In fact, they had no cloth at all. Some strangers with pale faces come one day and dropped a small piece of red flannel down on the ground. All the black folks grabbed for it. Then a larger piece was dropped a little further on, and on until the river was reached. I think I know where this is going. Then a large piece was dropped in the river, and on the other side, they was led on, each one trying to get a piece as it was dropped. Finally, when the ship was reached, they dropped large pieces on the plank and up into the ship till they got as many blacks on board as they wanted. Then the gate was chained up and they could not get back. That is the way Granny Judith say they got her to America.
There you go.
I think I saw that on an episode of Looney Tunes one time. Jesus Christ. They just really just fucking led you up. I mean, at that point, once I saw it on the ship, I think I'd be like, you know what? I got enough pieces of cloth now.
I guess we glanced over that. Far-right incendiary and professional complainer banned from furry convention. Yiannopoulos announced that he took on a fursona and bought tickets to the Midwest Fur Fest, a convention to celebrate the furry fandom. According to Right Wing Watch, it's one of the few social platforms that haven't kicked him off. They're talking about Telegram. He also suggested hosting a panel titled The Politics of Fur, according to the Telegram post, and instructed his followers to contact him to set up dinners, drinks, photos, or anything else if they were also in attendance. But after an online outcry, the Midwest Fur Fest tweeted that it was investigating all concerns, blah, 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 blah. They ended up telling Right Wing Watch that they had rescinded Yiannopoulos' registration. Hate is not welcome at Midwest Fur Fest. And then, let's see. Deplatformed by furries. That's how they're describing it.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
Can you imagine that? In response, Milo has escalated to threatening to attend anyway. He posted again on Telegram and shared screenshots of emails he sent to the organizers. I asked you to reach out to me so I could correct lies and slanders and reassure you about my intentions. You didn't. So I'm coming anyway, and I'm bringing friends. Get ready. I mean, how could they... Can he just take somebody's pass and put, like, a fur helmet on or whatever the fuck they call them and just walk in? How would they be able to tell? Like...
Yeah, I think it's actually illegal to ask somebody to take off their fursuit.
You know what? You joke, but in all seriousness, that will be a law before it's over with, probably.
He lied too much. What can you do about it?
It's the Honest Man Show with your host, Jabba!
I want to start off by saying rape is not funny. Zoe's false accusations have serious ramifications and repercussions, and none of that is even remotely true. And I'd like to prove it to you, because the way I see it, no one in their right mind is going to be like, man, out of all the hundreds of millions of beautiful women in the world, I want to have this one. Doesn't work that way, right? It just doesn't work that way. Like, it takes a dark, sadistic...
And I said, what am I going to do? He said, come down here in the basement where the mechanics, where all the pool filter is. You know the chain, there used to be a chain that went across the deep end.
He's about to say,
and
all the
cut
poor
off
folk.
a 6-foot length of chain. He folded up, he said, you walk out with that chain. And you walk to the car and say, you may cut me, man, but I'm going to wrap this
Corn
chain
Pop,
around
we
your
will
head.
defend ourselves.
I said, you kidding me? He said, no, if you don't, come back. And he was right.
Stay the fuck back.
So I walked out with the chain. And I walked up to my car. And they had, those days, you used to remember the straight razor. You'd bang them on the curb, get them rusty, put them in a rain barrel, get them rusty. And I looked at him, but I was smart then. I said, first of all, I said, when I tell you get off the board, you get off the board, and I'll kick you out again. But I shouldn't have called you, Esther Williams. I apologize for that. I apologize, but I didn't know that apology was going to work. He said, you apologize to me? I said, I apologize for that, not for throwing you out, but I apologize for what I said. He said, okay, close the straight razor, and my heart began to beat again.
That's Joe Biden and the
Somebody come get your grandpa. Somebody come get your grandpa. He's wandering around telling
We've got a code brown.
Now, immediately after this story, of course, most people said, well, this is fake. Obviously, this didn't happen. There was a guy named Corn Pop.
because Snap and Crackle weren't there. That's how you know it's fake.
But they actually found an obituary of a William L. Morris, and it says Corn Pop in parentheses, age 73, and they're claiming
How many parentheses?
They're claiming that this is the actual Corn Pop. I don't know if that's the case, but that's what they're putting out there. It says, let's see, former Mayor Dennis Williams of Wilmington, Delaware, by the way, mayor. He says he grew up across the courtyard from Corn Pop in a housing project. He says Corn Pop, real as the moon in the sky, was confrontational as a young man. Then here's an article from, I don't even know what year, from the 60s, said there was a Wilmington gang called the Romans in 1960. So that's apparently Corn Pop ran a crew called the Romans. That's what they're going with.
After your own heart there.
Yes. Pulling crossing the Rubicon, so to speak here. So yeah, that's Corn Pop. I don't know. I tend to. Biden's so goofy. I don't even care if it's real or not. It's just insane.
They actually have this from a different angle, and you can maybe. I don't know if you want to play this or if
do they? Okay, yeah, let's play this. This is another camera. You can catch more of the scene there and get a little more feel for the environment. Let's go ahead and play this right now.
I learned a lot. And I learned that it makes a difference. And this was the diving board area, and I was one of the guards, and we're not a 3-meter board. And you fell off sideways, you landed on the darn cement. Corn Pop was a bad dude. And he ran a bunch of bad boards. And I did. And back in those days, you see how things have changed. One of the things that you do is if you used pomade in your hair, you had to wear a baby cap. And so he was up on the board, wouldn't listen to me. I said, hey, Esther, you, off the board, or I'll come up and drag you off. Well, he came off, and he said, I'll meet you outside. My car, these were all public housing behind it. My car, there was a gate out here. I parked my car outside. I learned.
Now that's Biden interspersed with the grandpa from The Simpsons. Oh, that's perfect.
Christ.
When he sticks his face in the camera, I was about to lose it. At 21 seconds, go to 21 seconds where he's got his face all up in the camera. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Yeah, that was really.
Corn Pop. All right.
You ran.
Shock video, 18 charged in vicious attacks of white men in downtown Minneapolis. Now, this came up the other day. It wasn't really a planned story, as so many stories aren't on this show, actually. It's much of a request often. But this came up, and I remember somebody from Minneapolis called in. I talked to a couple people from that area. I think Selena said she was, or she had been up in that area before. Some other dude called in later on in the show. They did charge 18 people, ranging in age from 15 to 27 years old. Various counts of robbery. I guess assault would probably be in there too. One person, Adrian Cooper, 25 of Brooklyn Center, was charged in both the crimes. All the adults and juveniles were charged with a sole count or combination of attempted first-degree robbery, aiding and abetting first-degree robbery, and third-degree riot. All but the riot charges are felonies. Occurred daylight on the morning of August 3rd. Police received surveillance video of an attempted robbery. Now, we could play this video one more time for those who don't recall exactly what happened there. Let me link this. I already linked it. Play the first one. This is a really insane beatdown, I have to say. Now, the second one is wild too, but it's the first one that's really crazy. I think that's where the bike comes into play.
Yes, that is where the bike comes into play. I don't know why they're making such a big deal out of it. They're clearly good kids. They didn't do nothing. They
trying out for a scholarship.
They just
trying to work for that Discover card.
I try to quote The Breakfast Club whenever I can. All right, now here we go. It starts off slow. Is this the whole video? I guess we can just...
Are you?
Yes, it's only 2 minutes, but it feels like it's 15 minutes.
Now this white dude's just sitting there. Clearly, he's in a bad spot right now. He's in a bad spot.
I think he's provoking those young gentlemen. They
At
were
this
out
moment
there.
he knew he fucked up.
Oh,
They were
he's
at
in a
their
bad
study
spot.
group.
Oh, they reached out and grabbed something from him. I guess that might have been his phone or something. They reached out and grabbed. Oh yeah,
he was
probably
interrupting their study group.
Yeah.
All right, they were there for a church function.
He was
And then
probably
they said-
using hate speech, if I had to guess.
Yeah, they said, "Sir, do you love the Lord?" And he said, "No." And then we see what happened. These are just...
He was reaching for his white hood, and these young gentlemen were like, "No," and they took it away from him. That's what happened.
Yeah, he was white splaining. I see
Oh
the
God, that
the chat
punch is
say.
ridiculous. Oh man, that punch in his head. Look, and then the pose the guy does, I still can't get over that. A running jump, they're just stomping on this dude. Oh my goodness. Oh, what is that roll there? What is this? They were kind of creative there. I have to give them a little bit of credit. I don't think I've
See,
ever
this
seen
was just choreography for the upcoming episode of Power Rangers.
taking
Yeah, I
his
think
shoes.
It was all fake.
I think this is misinterpreted. This was a wrestling match that they were just rehearsing.
I mean, it looks more professional than Big South Wrestling or wherever the fuck Tonka's wrestling at now, I have to say.
Oh, is he wrestling?
yeah.
No, I need to. Please,
You haven't seen
chat,
it?
Somebody DM me something of that motherfucker. I love anything Tonka related.
You haven't seen Tonka wrestling?
I haven't.
By the way, this guy's still getting rocked.
I saw
my
whatever
God.
I thought it was something he set up where he wrestled like 8 guys in a row or something.
He
his
wrestled
usual
Jim
Saturday
Sterling.
night.
You didn't, Jim Sterling?
No.
Got sat on by Jim Sterling.
Yeah,
Lost
Jim
his
Sterling.
belt.
Yeah. Jim Sterling got him.
I have to see this. I have
Just
to see
up
this.
in like some type of Flash costume. He looked like Corey Barnhill. I don't know. It was a little disturbing. By the way, the bike just came into play again. All right, I don't know why I played that again. We saw it last week, but anyway, they actually arrested some people. I'm sure they'll be out, but whatever.
Yeah, they tried to take his pants. I think they were going for some gay shit. Let's be honest here. Well,
Well,
I'm gonna break. the
I'm a
secret to you.
warrior.
There's a lot of people that are gay in the black community that don't admit that they're gay, and so they just essentially rape guys.
they took the butt, didn't they?
I think they tried to.
Spanish Inquisition. I tried to segue from that. I don't know how to. Spanish Inquisition in the Lino chat says, we need notmattjarbo.com now. Ken Volk Goat says, I bet those bad boys dibbled and dabbled in Nazism. Yeah, and that guy right there that got beat down, probably a Nazi. I mean, it's okay to beat up Nazis. We know that. Spanish Inquisition says, crossing the Rubicon is Corn Pop staging a coup. Terra Jester says, why was Whitey oppressing these future engineers? The Dreamers. It's just
Clearly, they were together, talking about rocket science and brain surgery, and then this white guy just came over there, hey motherfucker, and all this and that, and was just very rude, and that's what happened. They were like, sir, please stop. And then this white guy just attacked him. They had to defend themselves.
I mean, it was the only appropriate response, to be honest. Now, here we go. Saturday Night Live's fires new hire Shane Gillis. We talked about this last week as well. And I believe I said on air they were going to fire. I mean, you didn't have to be a rocket scientist to figure that out, to be fair.
No.
Not a master of prognostication to figure that out, right?
Yeah, that was clearly what was going to happen. He's playing politics. He came out, he apologized. I think he knew he was going to get fired, but he wants to play politics and actually work in this.
Well, he didn't play politics today with his reply. Not really, anyway. I'll see if I can. By the way, I was looking for. I thought I faved. They had some of his quotes here. Yeah, I could put that in the show links. Hold on, give me a sec. Now
I'll tell you, this really just shows you how SNL's just become a giant fucking joke. John Belushi used to get out there and be the most hilarious, like, Japanese Asian stereotype he could. Hey, son, jump! You can't do that shit anymore. It's bullshit.
Oh, dude, half the people they spotlighted wouldn't even be allowed on the show nowadays. By the way, here's a live look at Corn Pop and his devious gang. Well, not a live look. Somebody snapped this photo. Surreptitious photo there of Corn Pop and the gang.
Is that a straight razor, a rusty straight razor he's holding? I know we can't see all of it, but I think that's what that is.
I think that is biggest straight razor I've ever seen in my life, actually. That's outrageous. All right. Now
shank a motherfucker with that.
Now they did. Now let me see. Hold on. I think I have his. Yeah, here goes his tweet right here. It feels ridiculous for comedians to be making serious public statements, but here we are. I'm a comedian who was funny enough to get to SNL. That can't be taken away. Of course, I wanted an opportunity to prove myself at SNL, but I understand it would be too much of a distraction. I respect the decision they made. I'm honestly grateful for the opportunity. I was always a bad TV guy anyway. Now that's been getting a lot of play.
Okay, that dunk line at the end was great. Perfect setup.
Yeah, that was a bit of a that was a bit of a fuck you. But honestly, the rest of it is just straight up politics. I mean, if you were fired from a job, I'll be honest, I may have been fired once or twice. I was not. I didn't say.
You respect the decision.
I respect the decision. No.
Thank you for the opportunity. You're like, fuck you, motherfucker.
It was a couple of fuck yous. It was I may have dropped some docs on the way out. Let
some stuff might have fallen off the back of the truck on the way out and might have ended up in your trunk. Yeah.
Who were hanging out together too much. Their wives may have find out. It was not. It was not amicable.
Bibble goes scorched earth.
Dropping notes on that ass. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, I fucking contacted some people.